Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief, guys, with a different environment. I'm sitting here by the poolside of the beautiful Palace Hotel in Dubai, UAE. It has been a fantastic few days. I've just been updating the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran of how exciting this trip is. We are ready. We are ready to define our legacy this year. I've met with your uplines, the V councils, the AVPs, the V partners, and we all have made one decision. That 2023, the 25th anniversary of QNet, is going to be the year that we redefine who we are, and the whole world will recognize the fact that QNet, the V, the greatest organizations in the world, guys. All right, so this is your chief. I'm very excited. All right, I've been spending every night speaking to networkers, and I've come to one important message. And today, after getting guidance from Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran himself, my message to you is very clear. At ICE, Dato Sri made a profound statement. He said, and whether you are new, middle of the journey, all right, close to max out, already maxing out, shut up and listen, okay? Saying it with love, empty your cup. Dato Sri Vijay shared that every cell in our body constantly dies. That every cell dies. All right? And a new cell is created. And it is proven that in 7 years, every cell in your body has died and is reborn. That means Dato Sri Vijay shared with us at ICE that every 7 years, you are technically a brand new person. You're born again. You have a new lease of life, a new license to change and evolve. That 7 years, you are completely gone. Who you were, if you have a photo 7 years ago, that person is dead after 7 years. And a new person is born. Now, you may think it's exciting, interesting news, but it has a far more deeper meaning. It has a much more deeper meaning. And I want to share this with you. One of the greatest challenges in network marketing is that everyone starts with a certain level of intensity. Everyone starts at a level of passion, being a maniac, being crazy, being fanatical. Anyone who has networked more than 1 year, more than 2 years, let me ask you a question. Think back to the time when you started networking. Think back to your first few presentations. Think back when you put your name list together, when you put your dream list. Go back and think back to the point when you started your journey. Now ask yourself, are you still that person today? Do you still have that intensity, that passion, that belief, that fanatic, craziness in you? And the answer will be no. Because the sad part of this concept of every 7 years the person dies and are reborn, all right? You become slower. You forget your reason, all right? That every leader's greatest challenge is to sustain that level of energy and passion that they started their journey with. They all slow down eventually. But the question is why? Because as their cells are dying, sometimes it's very sad to say, even their dreams start to die. Even their passion dies. Even their belief dies. So Dato Sri Vijay reminded people, right, that your body will die and will reborn. But your dreams must not die. Your reasons cannot die. Your promises that you made 7 years ago, 7 months ago, 7 weeks ago, 7 days ago must not die. So as you move along this journey, you need to recognize one fact. You cannot let everything die with you. You have to keep certain things alive, because if the journey is this long, and if you throw anything If you understand physics and you throw a ball from here to there, it will start by flying, but eventually it falls down because gravity will pull it down. Now your journey to max out is a long journey. It may take you 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, doesn't matter, it's worth it. Now your only focus, your only duty is to make sure your momentum does not drop, your passion does not drop, your belief does not drop like that ball because of gravity. That if you want to achieve max out, you want to achieve that level, you got to keep moving. You cannot stop. You cannot slow down. You cannot switch off. You have to be consistent, guys. So today on this Wednesday message, I'm going to share with you what you need to do. The first thing, what was your greatest strength when you started your journey? What was your greatest strength when you started your journey? You didn't care what people thought. You didn't care of the opinions of others. You were never influenced negatively by what people say because you were not listening to the world. And inshallah, one day the world will listen to you. Dato Sri always said this. But as you grow in this business, I don't know why, people become moronic and they start listening. They start worrying about what other people think. They start worrying about their family, their friends, even their downlines, their uplines. They start worrying about what people think, and that distracts them. But when you started your journey, you were a fanatic, you were psychotic. You didn't care what people think. And if you want to know what the secret of success is in network marketing, let me tell you, it is stop listening to the world and the world will listen to you. Dato Sri has said this many times on stage and I'm repeating to you. So bring back that attitude where you do not care what people think of you. Because that is the greatest downfall. That is the greatest fear. That is the only reason why leaders slow down. That's the only reason why leaders quit, because they're afraid of the opinion of others. They fear what people think of them, which never existed when you started. When you started, people would say anything. You didn't care. You wanted to do the presentation. You wanted to achieve that sign up. You wanted to hit your target. You had 3,000 DV on the left, 2,000 DV on the right. You would do anything to get that 1,000 DV to qualify for your check, correct? Now you are analyzing everything. You are empowering the voice of morons, newspaper, Google, everything. Don't start listening to the world. Listen to your heart. Listen to your uplines. Listen to the great ones, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. All right? And keep moving. Number 2, activity, guys. If you realize the amount of activity that you did when you started your journey was at a unbelievable level. You did not need to sleep. You didn't care about food. You didn't care about anything. Today, suddenly you're worried whether you had your hair done. You're worried whether you had lunch. You're worried whether you had 6 hours of sleep. Are you kidding me? Activity cannot reduce. Your activity can evolve. You may want to spend more time with your downlines, mentoring, raising leaders. But the time invested in being active as a networker cannot go down. It actually should go up. I've been building this business for 25 years as your upline, representing Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. I have not slowed down, guys. I think I'm working harder today than I worked in 1998, 1999. Why are you working less compared to your first week, your second week of networking? That is what got you here, and you think you don't have to sustain that work ethic? All right? Next, guys, is time. If you remember correctly, the reason why you are here today watching my Wednesday message, because somebody invested time in you. I was speaking to VP Moana, VP Sharfun, VP Adli, today VP Sachin, all right? And we were all remembering the days of how much time we spent together, how much time Dato Sri Vijay, Japa invested in us every night until 3 in the morning, sitting down in some cafe, coffee shop, in the living room, in the dining room of their homes. You guys no longer want to invest time in your people. Because the world is moving at a fast pace. The world is pulling you towards their timeline. You know, the fast pace of moving and moving and moving and moving. You must pull back, slow things down, and spend time with your people, whether it's one-on-one, one-on-two, one-on-three. Don't count the big events. I'm talking personal time of mentoring to help people achieve their paradigm shifts, to erase negativity, fears, invest time in your people. I had supper club, breakfast club, one-on-one sessions with everyone on Friday, with their TAT, with their challenges. I spend time. Dato Sri Vijay spent time with me. That's why I'm here today. And I'm still here today, guys. Spend time with your people. Alright? Spend time, guys. Ask yourself. Sachin was just talking about it. How much time do you spend one-on-one with your people, with your leaders, with your potential max out kings and queens? Time can never be replaced. We were raised because our uplines invested time in this. We were raised because we were raised to invest time in people. Remember that. And the fourth thing, and I repeat this millions of times and I'm repeating it to you. If you slow down, even a little bit, you need to understand that the impact of slowing down in your organization is exponential. I have seen organizations disappear because the upline slowed down. I've seen organizations have biggest checks to zero checks because the upline slowed down. You don't have a choice anymore. When you are in a position of an entrepreneur with one downline, you are considered an upline. You cannot slow down because when you slow down, your organization slows down with you. Monkey see, monkey do, the number one mantra from Dato Sri Vijay. You cannot slow down. You cannot slow down. You must not slow down. And guys, if you're going to be reborn every 7 years, you have the choice to make to be reborn greater than the person you were 7 years ago. You have a choice to make that you have a chance to become better than the person you were before, to become a greater networker, greater upline, greater brother, sister, father, mother, son, daughter. So when Dato Sri Vijay told me, Patman, every 7 years you're actually born again because the old Patman is dead. My only wish is that I'm born a better Patman, a better networker, a better upline to all of you. So take this message, that as much as you are born again, make sure you are born better. And as much as all your cells die every 7 years, your dream must not die. Your passion must not die. Your warriorship must not die. Guys, this must not become this. This must become this. And that's when you become a max out king or queen of the V. I love you guys.